Submarines are known for being underwater weapons because of the torpedoes they can dismiss from the ocean blue. Shelby goes to sea and explains just how much work goes into maintaining and working on these very powerful nuclear weapons.
Shooting tube 4, 3, 2, 1.
We shoot torpedoes in exercises fairly regularly. Most exercises that we shoot torpedoes in, they're exercise torpedoes. So it's exactly the same as a war shot, except that it has the warhead group removed.
Chief Petty Officer Craig Dunlap on the USS Pasadena knew being a torpedo man was his calling.
Our job as torpedo men, we're responsible for all of the weapons launchers, the countermeasures launchers, the heavy weapons, the heavy ordnance, the countermeasures, the small arms, everything on the boat that's supposed to go boom.
While torpedoes are complex, Dunlap spends most of his time fixing problems with everyday tools.
I like to say part of my job is hitting things with wrenches to make them go. So we do a lot of wrench turning, operating and maintaining mechanical equipment with hydraulics, high pressure air, seawater, low pressure air, and so on.
The weapons launch console also keeps the team busy with over 1,000 switches and buttons.
It's actually 1,640. I counted them.
Not all of his time is spent in the torpedo room. The flex hose is a heavy steel braided cable that trails behind a torpedo once launched. If things go wrong, torpedo men are called to action.
Sometimes it'll snag and it won't leave the tube correctly. So when we go to shut the muzzle door, it's still inside the tube. And at that point, we have to drain the tube, quickly open the breech door before it fills back up again because it's not a perfect seal. And then one of the TMs has to crawl down to the end of the tube to cut that flex hose with a manual hydraulic cutter.
I couldn't resist crawling into the torpedo tube myself.
When there is water coming in to cut the flex hose, you go all the way down this tube, and of course you want to be in warm water where it's trickling in, but I can't imagine going all the way down to the end of this tube with water gushing at me like it's a fire hose and it being cold. Like I said, I'm a little out of breath because it's kind of nerve-wracking in here.
While practice torpedoes are frequently used, it's been decades since a torpedo was used by the U.S. for war.
The last time we actually fired a war shot in anger in a time of war was World War II.
Despite sometimes spending months unable to contact friends and family, Dunlap is filled with pride.
I get to make a difference. I'm doing things that, with the people around me, I make a difference, and what the mission the submarine does, it moves nations.
My goodness, so many buttons, Shelby. So many devices. So complex.
Oh, it was absolutely crazy. Getting to see all the buttons, I was like, don't touch them. Do not touch those buttons. Do not flip the switches. But getting into the torpedo tube where they actually shoot the torpedoes out of, that was the most nerve-wracking thing I did. Because when I was crawling in, what you didn't see is them say, oh, but don't touch that, and don't touch that, but you can put your foot there. And I'm like, I'm going to shoot myself out the back of this torpedo tube.
That's amazing.
It is so awesome. And again, they are such hard workers. You have to go to tons of school for it. Whew, that's hard.
And they're prepared.
They are. They're ready to go. Lots of training goes into that. It's amazing work, Shelby. Thank you so much.